pumpkin people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dion the Peon, and today we are going to be doing some fun fall crafts using stuff you already own. 4 out of 5 of these crafts you won't have to buy anything for. Hopefully they're super sustainable and they're saving some stuff that's gonna go to landfill and turning it into something spooky and fun. So before we get into it, please subscribe to my channel because on Mondays I'm always going to be posting fall vlogs and crafts and that sort of thing, and on Thursdays it's going to be fall fashion, and on Saturdays on my Instagram I'm going to be doing fall baking. So there's a lot of fall content going out there, so if you like that, definitely subscribe and follow me on Instagram. All my links will be down below, and let's get into it. The first craft we're gonna do are these fabric pumpkins. I think they're so cute. They were called Goodwill flannel pumpkins, and I don't want to take a shirt that somebody else could actually use and wear and upcycle it into a craft. So what I decided to do is take some ripped nightgowns that I had that I knew Goodwill wasn't gonna sell. I knew on Depop it wasn't gonna sell, and it was gonna end up in a landfill, and I decided to dye them with turmeric, curry, and coffee. I also had these corduroys that I found in the trash at my retail job, and I asked if I could take them, and I bleached them, and I think it turned out really well. Turmeric and curry will give you those beautiful fall like marigold colors. If you have any wine, that will give you such a beautiful color. Just think what stains your clothes when you cook, and you can use those as natural dyes, and it's really, really awesome. Basically what I did is for one of them, I cut up pieces of different fabric, sew them together, and then sew them all up into a pumpkin to have just like different colors, but you can also do it really simply. I'll leave the basic Pinterest outline down below, but it really is simple. You kind of just cut a big circle into fabric and then go in and out and then squeeze, and it turns into a pumpkin. But if you want to get really funky with it, definitely try alternating between different fabrics. So I think it looks really, really cool.
You could definitely use fabric glue for this, but I didn't have it, and I know how to do like very basic stitches. But once you have all the fabric that you wanted sewn together, you're gonna go in and out of the bottom, like weaving through and then pulling it tight, and that's what's gonna give you a sturdy bottom.
So I'm not like an expert sewer, but I want to show you guys. I'm doing like the most basic, like I'm going in the fabric, out of the fabric, and I'm doing that over and over again because when you pull it, it'll pull the fabric tight, and that will get the bottom. Okay, so now that I've scrunched it through this end piece, again, you see when I pull it, it scrunches. So I'm gonna connect it to the yellow piece, and I'm gonna do the same thing. All right, so I made it all the way around, and I'm just gonna pull it tight. And you can see it created a nice little bottom, and I'm just gonna sew the edges. I'm actually gonna leave this little piece of lace out because I think it'll look really cute, but then we'll have this little bucket. Sorry, I'm playing American Horror Story in the background. All right, so I put some stuffing in it from JJ's Ripped Up Toys, just so he doesn't choke on them. And we're gonna do the same thing that we did to the bottom, just gonna sew it around, pull it tight, and we're gonna cut off the excess as well. Okay, I know it's crafty, but like, I'm very impressed with myself because I am not good at these type of things, and like challenging myself with doing the 3 different fabrics. I am so excited. Just like cut fabric in a circle, or I mean I did even in a rectangle, and then stuff it and then sew it. I don't know, it's pretty basic sewing. Trust me, if I can do it, like anyone can. And even if you just did it with one fabric, like cutting that fabric in a circle and then just like sewing in and out of the top of it and pulling it will save even the extra work of doing the bottom. I just wanted to see if I could pull off doing 3 different ones, and I just think it's really cute. And it's a good way to use the fabric that was gonna go to a landfill anyway, and use JJ's stuffing from his toys that was gonna go into a landfill or in his butthole anyway. So, pretty excited. Another way to do this craft is, sorry, it's 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm filming this, is I'm gonna take a plate to trace out just a plain old circle in my fabric. And this is gonna be like the much easier way that I decided to do it. I just wanted to see if I could pull off going completely all out. So I'm just gonna use that plate as sort of a marker to cut the circle. As you saw before, I don't think the cutting needs to be exact, but craft people will tell you differently. All right, you're gonna take your string and you're just gonna go along the edge, in and out, in and out, in and out, just like we did before. And you can see that even as we're threading and pulling, it's starting to form the stitch and get it all baskety and all that. Don't worry about pulling it too tight now because you'll be able to do that later. Now that we are all set to pull it and make it nice and tight, I'm just gonna take some stuffing from this hedgehog. That was JJ's toy. He got really sick last week from swallowing stuffing, so I'm now just being super careful, and this is a great way of repurposing. And you do kind of want these to be pretty stuffed, like feel free to really stuff it in there. All right, and we pull. And it's so cute. This is a smaller one. Obviously, the bigger the circle, the bigger the pumpkin. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sort of stitch this up. You know, same thing, in and out, in and out. I am not doing any sort of fancy stitching at all. This is like the sewing I learned how to do when I was like 5 to patch up my stuffed animals. And for this one stem, I'm just gonna stick a little stick in there just because I feel like the big black stem that was also upcycled. This is like upcycling week. So that's gonna be in there, and I have some twine that I'm thinking of maybe doing something with. So I decided just to wrap the twine around the pumpkin. And I don't know, guys, I think it's really cute. I'm sure, can you focus? I'm sure if you're like, people who are actually crafty could take this idea and really make it cute, but like, are you fucking kidding me? The next craft that I'm gonna show you is this book wreath that I saw on Pinterest. I thought it was so cute, and rather than destroying a book that, again, somebody else could read, I decided to destroy my journals. I always keep them, but I never actually reread them. So I ripped out pages, I rolled them into little like tubes, tied them up, and I took that same broken Halloween decoration, it had like wire in it, and I mangled the wire into a wreath, and that is how I got that shape. Hot glued it, and it turned so cute. To finish off the wreath, I decided to just add a little like dead sort of stick branch with these leaves and a couple little spiders just to add a spooky look. The third craft I'm showing you is really simple. I had some blood oranges that were out of season and just really not good, so I sliced them up and we made a blood orange garland. Here are our sliced oranges and lemons. We are going to put that in the oven at 250 for 2.5 hours. Our oranges are ready, so we're just gonna take some string-a-ding-ding them up, and hang those up too. Okay, this is what it looks like. Yeah, the button style. So just literally, I took the needle and I went, y'all see that? Yeah. That, it just made it wider. And I think it's really cute. Ah! Guys, am I a crafting channel now? The fourth craft is not really a craft at all, but basically it's to go out into your neighborhood and find dead leaves, dried out hydrangeas, anything you can find, weeds, and make a spooky bouquet out of it. I think it's so cool in like Adam's Family to have like sticks and weeds as your bouquet, and I think it turned out really cool. Definitely make sure you ask permission from your neighbors if you take any of their stuff. I found all this stuff on the street. And just find some like dead leaves, sticks. I love this stick, it looks like a giant claw. And make your own spooky bouquet. I did get some florals. Marnie, from Michael's, but I saw this like seed pod and these hydrangeas on my front porch, and I just thought, let's make it into a spooky bouquet, and I love it. Isn't it cool how it turned out? You can literally just go around your neighborhood and even ask your neighbors, like, hey, could I have some of your garden scraps? And just see things that fell after a storm or anything and make it into an autumnal spooky bouquet. Look at this with the leaves all black and brown. I'm definitely taking this for my bouquet. Something my mom always does is take autumn leaves and just use them as decoration around the tablescape. These red ones would be so perfect. What makes this bouquet so fun is that it's supposed to be dead. So stuff that people are throwing out or that's already dead on the ground are the exact type of things that you're looking for. And you can always keep adding to it as you find more things, because again, it's dead. So as you find more stuff in your neighborhood, you can add more things to your bouquet. These sorts of weeds also would make like fabulous filler, even like little flowers. These things and these things are great for filling up your bouquet. Fallen maple branches like this would also make a perfect centerpiece. Stuff like this branch, all like gnarled and whatever, would be perfect in your autumn bouquet. When I said that these crafts were easy and for people who aren't that good at crafting, I meant it. Literally, just walk outside, find some sticks. And the fifth and final craft I'm showing you, I technically did have to buy some things for. I used these two frames that I already had. One I spray painted black because I didn't have any black paint, and I also completely forgot that a more sustainable option than spray paint would be black regular paint. I don't even know why I didn't think of that, but basically I took two black frames and I got some lace from Goodwill, and this lace had a rip in it, so I didn't feel too bad about taking it and ripping it further because it already had a tear in it, and I didn't think anyone was going to use it as like curtains or anything. But if you have lace around, that's even a better option, because remember, we're not trying to take away usable things from people that would want them and need them. We're trying to use things that would already go into a landfill. And basically I just cut out the shape of the frame, I hot glued it, or with another frame I just popped it in and put spiders on it, and it's so cute. So yes, technically I did have to buy a couple of things for that, but if you have some spiders laying around, you can even cut out some spiders. I think it turns out really cute. All right, now that my frame is nice and dry, I'm just going to measure out this lace for the same thing as the frame, and I'm gonna hot glue it. Guys, I'm running a crafting channel. Look how cute that is. Look how cute that is. Look how cute that is. This was so easy. Oh my god. Oh my god. The reason why I hot glued the last frame is because it didn't have a back to it, but if you just have a regular frame, like this was a piece of art, then it's like even easier. And those are the 5 crafts that I have to show you. Let me know which one was your favorite. I think my wreath was my favorite just because I think it looks so cool and it is so unique. But I also really like the fabric pumpkins, and I also really like the bouquet, and I also really like the spider things. I like them all. I like them all. Definitely let me know if you do try any of them. They're super easy. Let me tell you, I am not a crafty person. I was shocked that this all turned out as well as it did. So I promise you, you can do it. Again, make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram because I post content there every single day, and on Saturdays on Instagram, I'm posting baking videos. Subscribe to my channel for videos on Mondays and Thursdays for all things fall from now until December. And with that, have a happy day. Bye.